What's happening, FlowChat Connector? Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a wonderful week so far. In today's episode, we're going to talk about how to build atomic sales habits. Stay tuned. Yo, FlowChat Connector, what's up? Sean back at you here with another high-ticket tune-up. Today, we're talking about how to build atomic sales habits. And we had a question that came in from Andre. Andre asked this. He said, I'm working on outbound outreach. Can you share best practices? And as I was speaking a little bit deeper with Andre, what I discovered was that he would do a lot of work on like a Monday. So he would do a tremendous amount of outreach on Monday and then do nothing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday come back and try to catch up with all the messages that he sent on Monday, and then Friday try to send a whole bunch more messages. Well, unfortunately, that doesn't work super well in prospecting. This is why every business needs a system to prospect, right? And so when he goes outbound outreach, we need to talk about building sales habits and creating systems that we can rely on, depend on, and use in the future. So let's dive into a couple of slides that I just want to walk through because this is really powerful for anybody, you know, at the start of the year or whenever you're working on getting better at selling. This is one of the things that you're going to want to focus on. So there's two ways to change behaviors, and this is a fact, right? So you can see this little kid here. First one, an uncontrollable life event, similar to this little goat or whatever animal this is, dog looks like, running after this little kid and smashing him down. That's an uncontrollable life event. Other uncontrollable life events would be something like a funeral, a death, or a marriage, or a catastrophic incident, or something of this sort. Now, when these things happen to us, what happens is we immediately change behaviors. Say, for example, we're getting married. When we first get married, what do we want to do? We want to be the best spouse that we can possibly be. We're going to have reasons for getting married. We're going to change our behavior because now we have this other dependent person on us that we need to make sure and serve them in the way that we said that we're going to serve them. So that's one way that behavior can change. Now that is out of our control. Second one, which is called the mother of all learning. If an uncontrollable life event is the father of all learning, the mother of all learning is repetition. Right? Repetition, practicing the thing that you want to get better at. And so as we dive deeper into this, what we need to do is just focus on what you can control. And what I mean by that is let's talk about repetition. Repetition is something that you can control. Repetition is very easy to put into your daily prospecting activities, the sales work that you're doing. Now, how do we do that? First step, we want to look at our calendar. We want to find that time of day when we can do some sales prospecting, like Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, and Friday morning. And even if it's just a little tiny bit, right? And so I want to get into a couple of examples. The first one's the gym. I was talking with our CEO, Chris Baden, yesterday, and we were actually talking about this exact topic. And he said, you know, what's really powerful is to trick the mind into actually doing the behavior. So we're talking about working out, and everybody in our company was talking about going to the gym. And the conversation came up where Chris said, you know, once upon a time, I was really not motivated to work out, and I knew I needed to. So instead of just not doing it and sitting on the couch and feeling terrible about himself, what he did is he just went to the gym and he sat in, he just went there for like 5 minutes. And he's like, well, since I'm here, I'll do like one exercise. And so he forced himself to put it on his calendar where he would actually just show up to the gym each and every day. And that started to build the repetition muscle, which created a habit in which now he can go to the gym consistently. Another example would be prospecting. I kind of talked about this one already, but so Andre, if you're listening to this, he was doing a bunch of prospecting on Monday, like 100 outreaches, and then nothing until Friday. And then you try to catch up on those 100. Meanwhile, all of those prospects are probably pissed off at him, not really wanting to, conversate because it's been a week. And so he loses momentum. He loses steam. And so when it comes to prospecting on the repetition side, again, open your calendar first and foremost, find a block of time, whether it's 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, an hour, whatever you feel comfortable with. It's like working out, build your muscles up, and start with reaching out to 3 people a day. But just do 3 people every single day. Don't do like 100 a day and 100 on Friday because you're going to lose momentum, right? And so this is the secret of repetition. When we just have little incremental bits and we start to grow those muscles, and then we can do 3, and then we can do 5 a day, and we can do 10 a day. And then, oh my gosh, you did 25 today? Like, congratulations. That's amazing. And same thing with your sales calls. Most people are fearful of taking sales calls or being on a sales call because they don't want to have to convince or persuade somebody. Well, the secret truth about selling is selling is serving, right? You can never convince or persuade anybody to do anything. All you can do is you can give them perspective. And what I mean by that is you can point out, do they have a problem that you actually solve or not? And if they do, then you say, hey, it's in your best interest to let us continue talking about this and go down the path, right? And again, it's all about the repetition of doing the activity. Do one sales call a day. When you start closing deals at one call a day, bump it up to 2 a day, bump it up to 3 a day. You know what? Me and Chris, when we were doing this thing full steam with FlowChat, we were actually taking anywhere between 10 and 15 calls a week. That's like 2 calls a day. Right. And that was a number that we were comfortable with. And at that stage, we were closing a lot of business. We had momentum. We had like statistics. And then we said, hey, like, we don't want to do the sales anymore, which I get. Like a lot of entrepreneurs say that. Let's bring on a sales force. And so never quit taking sales calls, because this is something I can control. If I continue repeating my sales abilities, guess what? They're going to stay honed and tuned and sharp, versus if I don't take a sales call for like 2 months, I come back in, I'm going to be a little rusty. And so that's not what you want to have happen. And so again, if you're trying to build atomic habits, very simply, we'll just go back to here. Check this out. There's 2 ways to change behaviors. If you want the atomic habits of really being successful, the only thing you can control is the repetition of what you do. So keep that in mind today as you're going about your day and your journey. And I hope this one helped you, because I know a lot of people love this this particular topic, and I think it's something that a lot of people can use. And with that said, you've just been tuned up. There's a FlowChat connector inside of each and every one of you. Make sure and smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. We need to get more people to hear about this information. Okay. With that said, I can't wait to see you next time. Talk soon.